of working with very wonderful leaders and very wonderful people in the business. And for those who are new, new meaning that you have no idea why you're in this call, you don't know what to expect. And perhaps you're just recently joined the company in Magic and you are looking at information or even clarity as to how would you grow your business, and you need the knowledge to grow your Enagic business. Now, if you're new, now this call is definitely for you, right? Because in this presentation, two things are going to happen. Number one, we will be going through Enagic's latest and state-of-the-art technology called the emGuarde. Now, for those who know what the emGuarde is, or you have heard of the emGuarde, can you type in the chat for me 3, so that I know who is new and who is not new. So type 3 in the chat if you have heard about the emGuarde before. Oh wow, looks like everybody here is new, I'm assuming. Well, fantastic that. So that today, my main goal is to give you more clarity about what this emGuarde is all about in this first section of this presentation. Now, most of you kind of know what the emGuarde is about, but let's go a bit deeper. Let's go a bit deeper. Let's find out more about what the emGuarde can truly do for you and your family. Thank you, a Zoom user. That is your name on the call. Now, the second section of this presentation, we will be diving into a business opportunity, because Enagic is actually looking for partners and distributors all around the world to market its wonderful products, the emGuarde included. So don't worry, let's go through the first section first. Let's find out about what this product is all about. And then if you feel an inkling, or if you feel a resonation with the product, then let's dive into the business together. Right, so let's start off with Enagic's wonderful video on the emGuarde. Let's find out a bit more about what this product actually is. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the video. Thank you so much and enjoy.
Your home.
Oops.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place of comfort, wellness, and security for your family. Today, we're using more digital and electronic devices. While they bring convenience and enjoyment, these devices also emit electromagnetic waves constantly during use. Invisible to our eyes, these electromagnetic waves affect the environment around us. As a result, we are exposed to these types of waves day in, day out. Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by Enagic. When turned on, emGuarde neutralizes the electromagnetic waves within 1 gigahertz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. emGuarde harmonizes the environment around you, making it safe for you and your loved ones. Simply place it wherever it's needed and plug it into a dedicated USB port, whether you're on the go, at work, or in the comfort of your home. emGuarde is designed to integrate seamlessly in any situation. You can now enjoy the benefits of technology without worrying about any potential risks. Protect your family's health and well-being. Contact your Enagic distributor today. emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we will be talking about the emGuarde. Now, in the video, it pretty much gave away what this product is truly capable of doing for us and our family, right? So let's dive a bit deeper. Let's find out a little bit more about what this technology is all about. Now, I would like to introduce to you Enagic's latest and patented technology, a state-of-the-art technology called the emGuarde. Now, this technology, in most places, most people have not even have heard of before. And even myself, before the emGuarde was launched, I knew nothing about this, right? But I always knew the problem that the emGuarde solves. What is the problem? The problem is, I knew somehow that me using my electronic devices for too long, I knew it was bad for my health because of radiation, right? So we will find out a little bit more about how this radiation can actually affect us humans and could potentially harm us as well in the long term. Now, I leave you with a question before I start this presentation. 20 years ago, your electronic devices compared to now, are these electronic devices not more advanced at the moment? They are a lot more advanced compared to 20 years ago, right? And with the advancement of these electronic devices, it only means one thing: bigger battery capacity, more signals, the phone can do a lot more, and literally our entire lives are on our cell phones, our laptops. All right, so we have become very dependent on these electronic devices. Now, let's talk about the past. I'm 30 years old this year, right? I kind of grew up between two generations. Um, I grew up as a kid pretty much spending a lot of my time outdoors. I used to go to the playground. I used to go to the swings and everything. I used to climb trees, right? Get myself hurt most of the time, and I'll come back home and mom's like, "What's happening to you? Why are you bleeding? Why are you injured here?" Blah blah blah. But this is kind of like me being a boy, right? So I spent a lot of my time outdoors. How are children spending their time now? You know, in Malaysia, I'm from Malaysia. Whenever I go to playgrounds these days, I don't even see children anymore. Sometimes the playgrounds are completely abandoned. Like nobody even uses it. You know who uses it? The elderly. The elderly actually go to these places like the parks and everything, and they are the ones walking around the parks. The younger ones don't do that anymore. The younger ones have found that their electronic devices at home are a lot more interesting and a lot more entertaining, right? With the advancement of computer games, phone games, tablet games, and whatnot have you, children are glued to it because it's a lot more fun. Not only entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, even education. I've seen many schools in Malaysia where they have literally moved away from hard copy textbooks, those big, big, big textbooks that you get, right, last time. They have moved away from those, and children now are actually reliant on their tablet, their laptops to actually learn. Oh no. Right, as parents here, I don't have any children, but as parents, some of you are very concerned about your children spending too much time on these things. But can you stop them? The answer is perhaps you could. But you also want your children to learn. You also want your children to be, I think the new saying is called tech savvy, right? The ability to be able to kind of be familiar with their computers, their laptops. Because why? When in the working life, in offices, that is required. You need to be very tech savvy. You need to understand how computers works. So children are spending more and more time on their electronic devices, and we cannot stop it. It's coming. We need to find a solution. Now, there is a new type of pollution nowadays. It's called the EMF radiation pollution. And EMF radiation pollution is basically an invincible killer, invincible threat that is created by electronic devices. Now, it's very unique, this type of pollution, because unlike the normal pollution that we are kind of known to, like water, air, and noise pollution, EMF radiation does not directly affect any of our senses. We cannot see it, we cannot smell it, and we cannot we cannot hear it, right? So this is becoming more and more of a problem. Now, I would like to challenge this in a moment. Quickly in the chat, right? Tell me if you have ever experienced this before. Maybe you have walked into a room, maybe you have went to somewhere, and you see a lot of electronic devices around you, and you start to feel very heavy. You start to feel very tired. You start to feel very lethargic. Perhaps you are somebody that uses your laptop, your computers every day because of your work. Maybe you're an accountant, maybe you're an auditor, whichever, right? And you have to use your computers every single day, and you tend to get migraines, you tend to get dizziness, fatigue. So I think today people are actually feeling the effects of these pollutions more and more, right? So what are the sources of this EMF radiation pollution? Basically, generally, anything that requires power to operate, whether battery, whether it's plug-in into the wall plug, uh, everything. As long as it requires power, energy to operate, electrical energy, it will emit EMF radiation, right? So your television, your air conditioning, your lights, all of these things pose a threat to not only you and also to your family as well, right? Now, let's clear the air a little bit. Let's understand a little bit more, because some people get confused. Some people be like, oh, is EMF radiation the same as electric current? Is EMF radiation the same as your signal, your Wi-Fi and everything? Now, let's clear up the confusion very quickly. In most cases, there are three types of energies being produced by your electronic devices. Number one, and that is in the black color, is called the electromagnetic field energy. This is the electric field and the magnetic field generated by AC power sources. This is the energy that is kind of circulating to operate your electrical appliances. Now, number two, the one in blue, is called signal transmission energy. The radiation generated from signal transmission devices with antennas. Basically, what it means, when you use your phone, right, you receive signals, maybe from the satellite or even your Wi-Fi or anything. These is called the signal transmission energy. This is how your phone communicates with the internet. Number three is called the electromagnetic noise energy, the one in red. If you read closely, it is unwanted radiation or byproducts from electromagnetic fields, the first type, and signal transmission, the second type. So emGuarde is not here to disrupt your first and second energy. It is built to suppress the third energy, the one that is the byproduct and the unwanted radiation from first and second. All right, so let's use a graph very quickly to kind of explain it even further. Now, this is a home, right? We live in a home, all of us. We have electronic appliances all around. We have computers, we have air conditioning, we have fan, we have lights and everything. Now, for those things to operate, it needs to be connected to the house electrical box through wires that run through the walls and everything. This is the electromagnetic field energy, the EMF, generated by AC power, the one in black color lines. Now, let's say you're at home, you're using your phone, you're using your laptop, and you have internet in your house. You need to connect to the internet, right? Through Wi-Fi. Type in the password and everything, and then you get internet access. The blue energy, the signal transmission radiation energy, generated by antenna devices. This is the blue color one. Now, where is the red color energy? Everywhere. As long as there is the first energy and there's the second energy, the third energy will always be present. And that is the scary part. The emGuarde, when installed in your house, only suppresses these red energies. It does not interfere with your signal. It does not disrupt your electromagnetic field energy, the AC power energy, right? So it only suppresses the noise radiation. I hope this little graph kind of explains a little bit more about what we are trying to tackle. Now, this is World Health Organization, right? World Health Organization in May 2011, they classified radio frequencies electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to humans. This was 2011. And for those who are unfamiliar with the word carcinogenic, carcinogenic means cancer causing. Scary, isn't it? Because in today's time, is cancer a problem? Is cancer something that is becoming more and more common? Yes. Right? So this was in 2011, and this is by World Health Organization. They said that electromagnetic fields could possibly cause an increased risk for glioma, a malignant type of brain cancer associated with wireless phone use. Now, this is a report by the FCC. The FCC stands for the Federation Communication Federation Communication Commissions in the United States of America. They have done a lot of research on electronic devices, and this is their report. According to the FCC's exposure limits, the human body, our body, exhausts RF energy. RF is radiation frequency, right? Energy more effectively at certain frequencies with the strictest of regulation applied in the range of 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Now, what is important in this page is the range, 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. Why is this range so dangerous? Because they further explained that the human body, organs in our body, are actually functioning at certain frequencies. Your brain is 72 to 90, your human body is 62 to 78. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to pay close attention to these frequencies, because later in this presentation, there is going to be a report, and this report will be very shocking to you, right? So just remember these few frequencies of your organs. Just remember these. Now, so now you must be asking me, Egbert, how does the phone's frequency being emitted affect us? How does it reach us? Because sometimes we're just holding it. Sometimes the phone can be away from us. The aircon, I mean, we're not next to the aircon, right? So how does it affect the human body? Let me introduce to you something called the resonance theory. On the right side of this screen, there's going to be a short video explaining the resonance theory, right? So that is the resonance theory. Very simple experiment. Perhaps some of you may have done it in high school, right? Basically, they're using tuning forks. Now, he had one set of tuning forks that was set on the table, right, with two ping pong balls, right? Now, he brought out two different types of tuning forks. The first type was not the same frequency as the one on the table. He hit it, but nothing happened to the one on the table. Now he brought out a second tuning fork with the same frequency, and he rung it. And suddenly the tuning fork on the table started to vibrate. And that only shows that objects do not have to be physically attached to each other. And the fact that the frequencies can actually travel in the air and affect something else and vibrate it as well. And that's how the resonance theory applies to us and our electronic devices. So put this into perspective. Let's say we are using our telephones. Let's say we get a call. Most of us will pick up the call and go like, hello, right? Blah, 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 blah. Now, we can talk like this, but after 5 minutes, what happens to your ear? After 5 minutes of talking on your phone like that, your ear starts to feel hot, warm. Now, that is completely normal because energy usage will actually produce heat. and heat is a byproduct of energy. Very simple. But my question is, how come your ear becomes numb? How come when you're using your telephone for too long, let's say you're Instagramming or you're texting or you're emailing on your phone, then suddenly you put your phone down, your fingers become numb? How come when you're using your laptop for too long, you get headaches, you get migraines? How come when you use your laptop late at night for too long, you are unable to fall asleep? So question goes to you guys, right? I think all these things are actually correlated to the fact that these things are actually admitting certain invincible threat to our body. So again, the FCC stated that frequencies between 30 to 300 megahertz is dangerous for the human being. That is where the emGuarde comes in. The emGuarde is a patented technology. The function of the emGuarde is harmonizing targeted high frequencies electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz. Just for reference, 1 gigahertz is 1000 megahertz. So if the emGuarde is harmonizing frequencies from, let's say, 1 to 1000 megahertz, does that not cover FCC's report stating that 30 to 300 is dangerous for us? Yes. So that is why the emGuarde is created. And no, for those who are wondering, let's say if I have this emGuarde in my house, will it affect my phone call? Will it affect my Wi-Fi? Answer is no, because your phone calls and your Wi-Fi all operate above 1 gigahertz. Just for knowledge, phone calls is 1.6 to 1.7 gigahertz. Your Wi-Fi is 2.3 gigahertz, right? So it will not disrupt your internet, or it will not disrupt your signal as well, right? So don't worry. The emGuarde has a coverage range of 4-meter radius. So think of the emGuarde is here, right? Suddenly you have like a force field, a circular force field that goes throughout your house for 4-meter radius or 8 meters in diameter. And the emGuarde uses a USB-C Type-C power supply cable, right? So this is the emGuarde. Now, how can we be more direct? How can we test this theory more? What is the demo to show, to convince people that there is actually a silent threat around us? So right now, I've actually unplugged my emGuarde. It's completely unplugged. There's no cable on it, right? And over here, I have a detector. Now, this detector is called the RD9100. This detector is not, I repeat, it is not produced by emGuarde. It's not. It's a complete third-party product. What this device measures, in front of you, there's a scale. The scale represents, you will see a U and a W/cm square, right? Now, the U stands for microwatts per centimeter square. Now, if you Google this in anywhere, you will find out that it represents power density. Power density of what? The power density of the radiation frequencies that are coming out of your electronic devices. This is from the FCC. They say anything below 200 is acceptable. Anything above 200 is not acceptable. Right? Now, I'm going to turn this on in a moment. If you see a 1, right now you see a couple of numbers, right? 000. When you see a 1 over here, it means that it has already exceeded 2000 microwatts. So again, below 200, we are good. Above 200, we are no good. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cell phone nearby. You see that 1? Okay, let me do this real quick. Let me stop share so you can see my camera clearly, right? Let's do that again. Turn on the screen. 1. Now let me do something else. For those who are familiar with iPhones, I'm going to put my iPhone on airplane mode. So it's completely on airplane mode right now. There is no signal. There is no signal coming into my phone. Again, it's about 1,000, 1,005, 1,007, 1,008. Right? So I'm going to leave this open. And I'm going to plug in the emGuarde. Do you hear that? The sound has completely stopped. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the emGuarde again. You see the cable over here attached. I'm going to unplug it. Do you guys see that? And that is how fast the emGuarde works. Let me plug it in. Bloop. That is how fast and how effective the emGuarde works at protecting you and your family from the harms of EMF radiation. Right? Can we give Enagic a round of applause for introducing such a wonderful product to protect not only us and our family, but the potential to also protect our friends. All right. So the emGuarde is definitely necessary for all of us in every single home, right? I hope by the end of this presentation, I have given you more clarity and at least some sort of conviction for you to actually make a decision to purchase the emGuarde for your house, right? So this is the power density scale. Let's move on. A very short video showing other things in the house using the detector that also emits these power density radiation, right? In conclusion, in the market, there is a lot of different products in the market to kind of do what you want to do. Some cost a lot of money, right? So we have found out that this was actually the most affordable approach and also the most easiest. It's quite easy, right, guys? It's just turn on and go beep, 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 beep around. That's all you got to do, right? So the demonstration is very simple, very easy, and also very convincing because of the way emGuarde really works, right? So let's test the coverage. We found out recently that the coverage is 4 meters. Let's test it for real, right? So this is David's video. Let's see together on the range of the coverage. Now, in this video, he's actually using a different type of detection. He's not using this. He's using something called software-defined radio, SDR for short. It's basically an antenna that you attach to your, let's say, your phone, and it actually captures the frequencies in the environment around us, right? So let's take a look at the video.
Alright, so in this section of the video, I'm going to show you how emGuarde has the ability to alleviate the radiation from this LED light bulb 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so now first of all, I would like you to see the screen. From the software itself, everything is clear before I turn on the LED. Now as soon as I turn on the LED, as you can actually see that the noise field from the EM radiation comes back, and it's actually showing in this blue curvy line. Okay, so now I'm going to invite my team to take this emGuarde away from me for about 4 meters, okay, in radius. Okay, now I'm going to invite my team to power on the emGuarde. Just plug the USB-C, leave it on the table. Now as soon as the emGuarde is on, as you can see, the frequency spectrum from the SDR software has been cleared away. Okay, now as soon as I unpower the emGuarde, please remove the power line from the emGuarde, just unplug. Wait for about 2 to 3 seconds. The radiation from the LED comes back immediately. Now let's do another control test by powering up the emGuarde again. Please put the USB-C power cable into the emGuarde. There you go. And immediately, as you can see, everything is cleared away. And this is to show you that emGuarde works effectively 4 meters away from this antenna.
Right, so very simple video to show how effective even the emGuarde being 4 meters away from the antenna. Now, in the next video, you guys want to pay attention to this video. Now, this video is very eye-opening, right? It will give you a lot of awareness about the harms of this invincible threat all around us. Now, this is half of the video. I'm going to show you the full video. This is by my upline and sponsor and good friend, Simon Low, and he is in Hong Kong, right? So let's find out what is it like in terms of EMF radiation pollution in a city like Hong Kong. Right, so you guys want to pay attention to this? Enjoy.
Guys, I am totally shocked. What I'm going to show in this video is going to blow some of your minds. My name is Simon. I'm here in Hong Kong. We just checked into our room here, okay, downtown Hong Kong. And when we walked into this room, we felt a little bit dizziness, a little bit of weight on our chest, and we knew instantly there was something wrong with the room. And one of our colleagues whipped out this app on his phone, and this app, basically what it does is it can tell you, see, based on where I turn it, it will tell you all the cell towers that is around the area. So take a look at this. I'm going to start from here. You have Vodafone, you have all these kind of different cell towers everywhere. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to come over here. It's a lot of cell towers here, everywhere. Right, it's a concrete jungle. Take a look at this. Okay, so we decided to do some experiment of ourselves. So definitely the emGuarde is, we have our emGuarde with us everywhere we go, but it's not turned on now. I'm going to use the first tool that we have here, which is the RD9300. I want you to see this. I'm going to turn on the RD. In this room itself, it's showing about 0 of power density. So this room actually is fine, okay? However, I'm going to go nearer to the window and I'm going to go nearer to the cell tower. I want you guys to see the power density reading coming out onto my detector right now. It is 2,700, 2,900 microwatts of power density. And the cell tower is right there. You can see that 3 sticks is right there. It's about 50 meters away. And that's on this side of the room. So can you look at this? If I go back here, when the ring is away, it drops back down to 0, 200. And the moment I come to this side, where there's also a lot of cell towers, just look at that. I don't even have to go near the window. It's already at 2,600, 2,700. Unbelievable. This is Hong Kong. All right, take a look at that. Everywhere. Okay? Now, I have my colleague here, David. David, say hi to the camera.
Hi.
So now we're going to show you something that was unbelievable. We have not seen this in most of the places that we have done testing before.
Yep.
But we're seeing this here. So the emGuarde is still off. This is called the SDR software, and it's gonna actually detect the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is gonna do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay, so now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on. And let me turn on the detector. Take a look at that. Where it was showing 2,900, is now showing 0. So Ben, you can come near to the detector. I'm all the way at the window. It's showing 0. Yeah. Now my emGuarde turned on. So guys, this place and this technology is unbelievable. If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuarde everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
Was that eye-opening, ladies and gentlemen? Was that something that made you feel a bit make your hair stand on your hands? Because when I saw that for the first time, I knew that I had to buy an emGuarde immediately, which I did. Right? So the reality is, yes, Hong Kong is a very dense city. I understand there's a lot of people living in Hong Kong. There's a lot of it's a very crowded place. But in reality, it's just not places like this alone. Even in your comfortable home where you're living in right now, which may be quite far from a city, but that is actually the reality of your home as well. All right. So let's get back with the presentation. I hope that has given you some insights as to the harms of this EMF radiation that we are going through today. Shout out to Simon for creating that video and showing us these invincible threats that's all around us, right? So electronic devices. Electronic devices will always produce this EMF radiation pollution noise. It's the red color energy, right? Now, how does the emGuarde help us? Now, the emGuarde does not destroy these frequencies. It doesn't remove these frequencies. It simply suppresses these frequencies. What the emGuarde does, it utilizes harmonics frequencies. Harmonics frequency is a fancy name for opposing frequency, right? Uses harmonics frequencies to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz within a 4-meter radius. Now, two words I would like to re-emphasize. The first word is suppress. It's not destroying, it's not eliminating. The radiation will always be present, so it is simply suppressing it. And the second word I would like to emphasize is the word targeted. emGuarde does not cover the entire range from 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz because it's not necessary. The inventor has already figured out certain frequencies that are harmful, and those frequencies are the ones being targeted by the emGuarde, right? So I hope that gives you a lot of clarity as to what the emGuarde really does. Now let's take a look at some evidence, because I always believe evidence beats conversation. This is a report by University Science of Malaysia. We basically sent, Enagic Malaysia actually sent the emGuarde to a third-party government certified science facility in Malaysia for testing. To test what? The effective range of RF white noise suppression of the electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer, the emGuarde. And this was the report that they gave us. Now, I'm not going to go through the numbers because I don't understand them myself, but the report was so kind to give us English to read together. Now, the two results that they found. Number one, the emGuarde successfully performed as required at distances of 4, 5, and 6 meters in radiance under the various environments. So the emGuarde does not only cover up to 4, it actually goes further than that, right? So that is very good news for us. What are the places that they did the testing? They did it in a home, a residential space, they did it in a working office, and they did it in a laboratory. Now, what is the second finding? And this finding is very important, right? I want everyone to pay attention right here. The electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer, emGuarde, effectively suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise wave between 71 and 73 megahertz. This was the second finding of the report. And if you remember a few slides ago, based off the FCC, our human organs were these frequencies not very close to the ones that are written here in this report? Absolutely, yes. So this gives me complete proof that the emGuarde is really suppressing targeted frequencies that are known to be harmful for us human beings. Right? So these are some photos of how the testing was done. A residential space, working office, and then we have a laboratory. And this is a certified true copy. And this was signed by the senior scientist himself. The emGuarde basically covers up to 6-meter coverage, and it is proven to alleviate unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between 71 megahertz to 73 megahertz. Right, so that gives us a lot of confidence in this product. And ladies and gentlemen, this has come to the end of the first section of this presentation. That is the emGuarde. The emGuarde is doing something that is phenomenal for us in our homes because it is removing this invincible threat from our electronic devices. With the emGuarde at home, you are rest assured that you and your family are protected. So if you are interested, if you have the interest in investing in an emGuarde today, speak to the person that invited you into this call, or if you don't have a person that invited you to this call, you may contact the nearest emGuarde office closest to you, and you can get in touch with a distributor today, right? The emGuarde's motto, or its kind of slogan, is change your environment, change your life. Ladies and gentlemen, they always said your environment is key. Yes, your environment is absolutely key, because if you are in a place, in a position in your life where you're always being suppressed and always being attacked by these invincible threats, that's one of the reasons why perhaps you're always feeling lethargic. You're always feeling very tired. Perhaps you haven't been sleeping very well recently, right? So the emGuarde definitely is necessary for every single home to protect every single one of us. So that is the emGuarde. Now let's dive into the second section of this Zoom call. Because perhaps after going through the first section, you're like, wow, I did not know that there is a product or technology like this. People around me needs to know about this product. Perhaps you're like, you have that mindset, you have that revelation. Now, the best thing is emGuarde, they are looking for partners. They are looking for distributors internationally to market this emGuarde. So let me show you what is it in for you if you choose to become a distributor for emGuarde. Now, who is emGuarde? Let's start with that. Who is emGuarde? emGuarde is actually a 50-year-old Japanese direct selling company. And it was actually started by Mr. and Mrs. Oshiro in Okinawa. So a Japanese direct selling company. And you know Japanese people. Japanese people will always manufacture products that will always last very long, right? And they have very high quality. And that is one of the biggest reasons why most electronic devices, even most car manufacturers, are Japanese. So emGuarde is a global international direct selling company with 26 countries and 43 offices around the world. So the company that you are joining is not small. It is a massive company. Right? So how do you get involved in this business? I'm not asking you to invest 10,000. I'm not asking you to invest 100,000. I'm not asking you to invest 1,000,000. All I'm asking you to do is to just invest one of these for yourself. The moment you purchase an emGuarde, you are given the opportunity to immediately become a distributor. This is you. Now, once you have gotten this right to distribute the emGuarde's products, you are free to market and to sell these products as you see fit. But of course, there are certain regulations that you cannot cross, and there are certain things that you must keep within the company's boundaries. But you can market this product, right? Fair. And then when you get sales, these sales are your direct sales, and you will receive direct sales commission. But the interesting thing about this business is that, yes, somebody may have bought this product from you, but they too, because they have bought a product, can choose to become a distributor. And they can refer these emGuarde to their own friends and family. And guess what, guys? They will earn direct sales commission, but you will also earn something called indirect sales commission. The company pays you two types of commissions here, guys. And the company calculates all of these sales, your direct sales and your indirect sales, as your total group sales. So let's dive into the commissions right now. Let's talk about the price of an emGuarde. The price of an emGuarde is $1,480 US. Tell me a business today where you can invest $1,480 US to start a business. In Malaysia, I started my own cafe. It didn't cost $1,480 US. It costed a lot more. Perhaps 10 times that. No, 100 times that. Right? So all I'm asking is for you to invest in this business by buying an emGuarde for yourself, for your own protection. Now, 1,480, that is the international price of an emGuarde. The 8 points commission is the biggest commission that you will face, or sorry, you will receive when you first join the Enagic family. Now, what is the 8 points commission? You see, every emGuarde sold, Enagic has already allocated a preset budget of $520 US per sale for us, the distributor. This $520 US is split into 8 equal parts, or in our company, we call it 8 A's. So 1 A equals to $65 US. I hope you catch along here, right? So product 1,480, company already has a $520 US budget from the price of the product. This $520 US is split into 8 equal parts. So one part is $65 US. How much you get paid on your direct sales purely depends on your current ranking in the Enagic business. Of course, if you have not made any direct sales, the company you are basically a 0A in the company. But when you make your first and second direct sale, you become a 1A distributor, and you will make $65 US per direct sale. Now, when you have made your third direct sale, you up rank into something called a 2A distributor, and your income per direct sale of an emGuarde will be $130 US. 3A, you need to have 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Once you have achieved these group sales, and if you remember, group sales is direct plus your indirect sales. All you need is 10. Your next direct sale, you will earn $195 US. 4A, 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Your next direct sale, $260 US. 5A, 50 cumulative emGuarde group sales. Your next direct sale, $325. And lastly, 6A. All you have to do is achieve 200 emGuarde group sales. In your next direct sale, you earn $390 US per direct sale of emGuarde. And there I go. I say only 200. Like, it's very easy like that, right? But here's the thing. Some people can do it. Some people can't. I find it very difficult to make 200 direct sales. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a superman. I find it very difficult. But I've met some people who managed to sell 200 themselves. All right? So if I find it difficult to sell 200 emGuardes myself, Is there a solution? Is there another way of doing this business to help me achieve my 6A rank? And the answer is yes. Because the Enagics business is for everybody who buys an Enagic product, you can start looking for people in your community, in your circle, who may want to join hands with you in this business. And you can bring them in, and you guys can work together as a team to grow in the Enagic business. So the conclusion is building a team. What is it in for you if you start building a team? Now, let's do this exercise. This is you, and these are your sales, and these are your organization for the next 1 year. Everything in green is your commissions in US dollars, right? So let's start. You sell your first emGuarde to Tom. You make 65 US dollars. You sell your next direct sale to Alex. You are still a 1A distributor. You make 65 US dollars. Now you introduce your machine to Rose. You have become a 2A distributor and you earn 130 US dollars. Get the picture? Let's move on. What happens when Tom sells a machine to Grace? You're already a 2A distributor. But because this sale to Grace fell underneath Tom's organization, and Tom is a 1A distributor underneath you, you will receive 65 US dollars, such as also all the sales underneath Tom. This is what we call a 1A overriding lane. Underneath Tom, every single sale, you will only earn 65 US dollars. But this also applies to, let's say, Kim. Kim is your 2A distributor. When she buys an emGuarde from you, you make 130 US dollars. And every time Kim sells an emGuarde, you also make 130 US dollars. We call this the 2A overriding lane. Right? And after 10 group sales, you can open up a 3A lane, May. And every time May sells an emGuarde, yes, you will get 195 US dollars. And don't worry, everybody in your team will also earn their commissions just like you. It is the same for everybody. Right? So again, to emphasize, all the sales underneath Kim, you will receive 130 US dollars, 2A commissions. But where does it stop? There must be a limit. Why do I say there must be a limit? Because in every legitimate direct selling company, which are proper and legal, there is no such thing as forever income. There's no such thing as infinite amounts of income. Because you must wonder, where does the money come from? So in Enagic, there is a limit. And the limit is in the name of itself, 8 points commission. Company only has 8 points, guys. So let me show you how the 8 points are paid. Let's take a look at John. John sells his first machine to Dawn. John will receive 1 point. The next person that receives the commission is the person that sold John an emGuarde, and that is Bob. John falls under Bob's third direct sale. So Bob will receive 2 points. Same thing with Ani, 2 points. Kim, 2 points. 1, 3, 5, 7. 8 minus 7, that leaves you with 1 point. So from the sale of John to Dawn, you only earn 65 US dollars. Same thing with Dawn's second direct sale. But when John makes his third direct sale to Dan, John will earn 2 points, Bob 2 points, Ani 2 points. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 minus 8, 0. And this is where you earn 0. You get cut off from the 8 points commission. We call this a non-8A sale. And a non-8A sale do not count as a group sale. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Enagic's very transparent. They only have 8 points, paid bottom to top. If you fall outside of the 8 points, I'm afraid you won't earn any 8 points commission. But there is a silver lining. The silver lining is for that 0 to come, for that 0 to happen, you have already earned all the commissions leading up to that 0. And on the bright side, guys, this is only from John to Dan. Can Bob continue selling? Yes. Can Ani continue selling? Yes. Can Ali continue selling? Yes. Can you continue introducing more people into the business? Yes. After 20 group sales, you become a 4A distributor, you introduce Tony. Every time Tony sells, you make $260 US. 50 group sales, you become a 5A distributor. Every time Simon sells in emGuarde, $325 US. And lastly, 6A, after 200 emGuarde group sales, you introduce Sam. For those who knows who Sam is, I'm sure you want a Sam in your team. Every time Sam sells an emGuarde, $390 US. Now, for me, as a leader of my team, I feel so incentivized to help my team grow their business. Not only are they taken care of because their commissions are paid to them as well, but I too am taken care of because the company has such a wonderful and generous commission system, right? So ladies and gentlemen, let me just recap real quick. 8 points from bottom to top. If you fall out of the 8 points, sorry, you are cut off from the 8 points commission. But you can go as wide as you want. You can introduce as many people into the business as you like, right? So this is the Enagic's compensation plan. This is the Enagic's 8-point system. And this is how you will be making your money when you start joining the Enagic family, marketing the emGuarde, right? So again, after seeing this, if you have a compelling to start this business, and you must be wondering, where do I start? How do I start? Let me give you a tip. Talk to the person that introduced you to this video. Talk to the person that introduced you into this Zoom call. They have some knowledge. If they don't have that knowledge, they know somebody who has the knowledge to help you get started where you guys are. All right. So speak to the person above, speak to the person that introduced you to the Zoom, get more, dive into the business, get more understanding. And when the information is clear for you, you can choose whether you would like to be part of it or you would choose to not be a part of it. All right. So this is the 8 points commission, and that is the emGuarde technology, right? So I hope you guys have gotten some clarity and some information from me today. Now, I'm going to go on to a third section. Now, this third section is for people who are more seasoned in the Enagic business, right? For those people that I'm talking to, the emGuarde has now the two accounts. There are two accounts happening right now. There is the Kangen account. Basically, if you have a distributor who came into the business buying an Enagic's product, Kangen machine, Ukon, or the NSPA. And then you now have a emGuarde account. People who join the business buying an emGuarde, right? So there are slight differences between these two accounts. And let me get into it real quickly. So we know the international selling price of an emGuarde is $1,480 US. Now, per name, per person, you're only allowed to buy 5 emGuardes per name. Out of these 5 emGuardes purchased, only 1 account can be a distributor account. The other 4 must be an end user account. Enroller system not applicable for emGuarde sales, but the SP protection for your account is 90 days, the same as an Kangen machine sale. Now, the difference between the two accounts come here. For an emGuarde account, there is no educational bonus for the sales. One unit sale, from 1A to 5A, every emGuarde sold is 1 unit sale account. But in the month of you ranking up to become a 6A distributor, only in the month of you ranking up, every emGuarde is half a unit sale count. Right? So do pay attention to that. The commission, no pass up. Pass up is like the Ukon's commission. The emGuarde commission follows strictly like the Kangen water commissions. There is no EAPA membership discounts as well for the emGuarde account. Now, what is the big difference between these two accounts? This is one of the biggest ones. The commissions. For a Kangen account, your 1A is not 65, it is 85 US dollars. In the emGuarde account, you are 65 US dollars. So this gives priority to people who have invested in the Kangen products or the NSPA as well as the Ukon, right? This is to protect the company more and the interest of the existing distributors. But do not worry, ladies and gentlemen. For those who have joined the Energic family with an emGuarde account, the moment you buy any of Energic's others product, like the Kangen machine, whichever, your emGuarde account will automatically become a full Energic account. And you will earn the remaining 25% commissions on every emGuarde sales. And also one more thing. Yes, you may join an emGuarde, the Energic family buying an emGuarde, but you can also sell any of Energic's others products, and you will get full commissions. So if you think about it, this is actually a very easy entry into the Energic business. Right? Now, lastly, if you want to be on top of the emGuarde game, if you want to be updated with the latest information, with the latest training, what is happening with emGuarde, when is the next emGuarde presentation, I urge you to quickly take your phones out and scan this code on the left side, the green color one, right? It's the Telegram group that we use. In this Telegram group, you will basically get all the information that you need to get you started on the emGuarde business. Perhaps you need the files for this presentation. It is in the group. Perhaps you want some of the videos that I've shown today. It is in the Telegram group. So head on to the Telegram group and get yourself attached to the latest upcoming events as well. Right? So that is all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. The next emGuarde presentation that will be happening is actually on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Malaysia time. So the same time you guys came in, but on Friday and Saturday. So if you guys want to get started right now on your emGuarde business, one moment. If you guys want to get started right now on your emGuarde business and you want to start introducing people into the emGuarde, don't wait. Start bringing them into this Zoom call. Use this platform to help you build your business, right? Don't wait. Start right now. Get them to the call, get them acquainted and understand what the product really is, as well as the business. And then you can starting your business as soon as possible. All right. Now, for those who cannot scan this QR code, do not worry. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to copy paste the link in the Zoom chat, and you can just press it and it will lead you straight into the Telegram group. All right, so that is all I have for you. I'm going to open up this small time for some questions.